Peace, everybody. You now tuned in to the All Viral Access Media Show. Alright? Let's get it.
You now tuned in to All Viral Access Media. You dig?
Ace wound up getting excuse me. Ace wound up getting 20 years. So he got 20 years for something he didn't do. And a crackhead, they believe the fucking crackhead?
Yeah. They believe, and she said she was smoking crack at the time, looking out the window, which I had a detective study Ace case for like 8 years, from like 2001 to 2008 or 9, and he was like, there's no way in hell he would have been convicted, or we would have even picked him up today off of this.
Right.
But yeah, it was a crackhead, and supposedly the guy was a Spanish cab driver. And it's so crazy because, you know, Ace was doing his own detective work. He got in touch with the wife and the daughter. And neither one of them believed that Ace did it. They believed his business partner, the husband's business partner, did it, but they were so scared.
Right.
You know, like the detective, he even spoke to AZ. He spoke to everybody. Everybody said the same thing about Ace. Ace about getting that money, but he ain't out here running around. And he damn sure ain't gonna kill no cab driver. He didn't need to. Right. You know? So, yeah. But yeah, he did 23 years actually for something he ain't do.
Eventually, he came home. Is he home? He been home, right?
Yeah. He been home since 2014.
Okay, that's dope. If you don't mind me asking, how was the relationship between? This is a random question, between him and your daughter, his daughter.
Well, they had a good relationship coming up because I made sure my daughter knew who her father was, right? And I made sure Ace stayed connected. You know, she used to go on trailer visits with her grandmother and one of Ace's sons, her brother. So she grew up knowing her father. You know, so that's one thing. But you know, as you get older, you know, your father tries to tell you things. So you know, it's still cool, but you know, she's grown now, doing her own thing. And Ace is actually, when he got out, he got deported, so he's in Barbados.
Oh wow! Oh, his ass, he came a comeback over here. Damn.
Nah, he can't. He can't. But I'm still working on his case, though. You know, I'm doing some things and writing some people because I need somebody, you know, to look into his case. Still, you know, ain't nothing changed.
That's what's up. That's loyalty for real. So.
Oh yeah, always. I mean, I speak to Ace like every other day. Like, you know, that's my baby's father, my daughter's father, and he a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I know that had he not got locked up, me and my daughter would have been well taken care of. Right. You know, but my daughter still turned out. She's a phenomenal woman, smart. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, she definitely a smart girl doing her own thing. You know, she owned her own home. So she's doing pretty good.
I see. Listen, I checked your Instagram. I'm about to move in. Y'all got extra room back there. You got a closet. I got a pillow. You know, the TV. Nah, but yeah, man, I see y'all. I definitely see y'all. So that's pretty dope, and y'all doing good. So you know, and I see it, and it look like the books is doing very well. So that is great, man, because you got a story to tell. Why not capitalize off of it? Shit, it's a dope ass story. You know. It's an unfortunate story, but it's dope too, you know. But all right, let's continue. We almost done, love. Let's get into, all right, because you already said about Ken Dog. Because I was gonna say, what about you know, Ken Dog and Deb? But I mean, if you want to briefly brush over it, or
Henry Hen Dog. He was, you know, part of the family with us, and he was a good dude too. You know, after Ace, got locked up, and then after Fritz ended up dying, you know, he was definitely by my side all the time. You know, we was thinking of ways of, okay, how we gonna get on, because of course when Fritz died, whoever took over, you know, they started, you know, we felt like we were being shitted on. You know, they was messing with everybody else outside the family instead of taking care of who was family, because Fritz would have never did that to us, never. But you know, that's how things happen when money come into play. People do some strange things, and it make them lose their damn mind, and you know. But Hen was somebody who was definitely trying to make sure Ace was okay. And at the time, his brother and one of his kids' mother had got locked up and caught up in something when Fritz was alive, you know. So he was trying to just look out and make sure everybody was okay. And he ended up dying, unfortunately, in '92. You know, Big Deb, the same thing. Me and her got together and, you know, was trying to put our heads together. But she ended up catching a case, a Fed case, you know, and doing 21 years.
How's she doing? How's she doing now, Deb? How's Deb?
She's doing good. She's doing good. She's out. She lives outside of New York, and
That's
you know,
good.
she just living her life.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty, and then we're gonna have some. I'm gonna have some closeout questions. Now, let's talk about Baby J, aka Maine. We're gonna talk about Mase, but let's talk about Maine first.
Okay. Well, yeah, Jermaine. We're not biological brother and sister, but he came into my life when he was 15. You know, him and my sister started dealing with each other, and we just became a family. Even after him and her had broke up some years later, we were family. I mean, family for real, for real.
Right.
And him and his little crew, Mike Murder, other little brother, other brother E, and you know the rest of Jermaine little crew. So you know that's what it was. You know, they spent a lot of time at my mother's house. You know, they hustled in and out of town, and they was just doing their thing. And you know, whenever they needed me, I was there. You know, as their sister, I did what I needed to do. You know, for them, and we took care of each other.
Right.
Basically.
Dope. Now, no. I'm sorry. Well, I'm gonna switch it because I in my notes I was gonna do I was gonna ask about Maine afterwards because Maine is my closing one. Tell us about the time. Tell us about 50 and that time you were shot. That was the question I was supposed to ask.
Okay. Yeah. It was the summer of 1994, and I was on my way home from getting something to eat, and I saw 50 in the block with some lynch mob members or associates, whatever you know you want to call them. And what I know is, like, once I saw that, I already knew it was a bad combination because I just really didn't think that they had no business talking to one another. So I kind of knew something just wasn't right because I'm like, you got 4 or 5 dudes standing there, and then you got 50 standing there, and I'm looking like something ain't right about that automatically. So I was about to jump in the cab and go tell Leon, but before I could do that, I heard shots going off, and I turned around, and I saw 50 running towards me with a big red stain on his shirt. So I'm like, damn, and I'm just looking like, you know, what's going on? So they running behind him, and I think I called out one of the dude's names because I knew all of them. I knew them all. And then, but as 50 got closer to me and I heard the shots, I turned around and started running across the street. And next thing I know, I just fell on the ground. I didn't feel anything. I was like, maybe I tripped. And I'm laying on my stomach, and I look up, and I see 50 run in front of me and fall down. And just that quick, white, you know, pictures of bodies with white sheets on it ran through my mind because I've seen it a lot, you know, growing up, being out in the street. And one thing I said, I cannot lay on this ground because I'm thinking my daughter's upstairs, her father's away. Like, all this was running through my mind at the same time. I'm like, I'm not laying on this ground. So I tell my little cousin who was with me, I'm like, listen, I'm hit. I didn't even feel anything, but I just knew. I just knew it. And I got up. She was in shock. She didn't know what to do. She didn't even say a word. She was just looking with her hands on her face. And this guy from my block was like, T, come on. And we went and jumped in the cab and took me to Harlem Hospital. So when I got to Harlem Hospital, he told them I was shot. They, you know, just start doing their thing, ripping my clothes off. Right. A chest tube, because actually I got shot in my back, like maybe an inch or two away from my spine, and it came out of my right breast. And so I had to get a chest tube because I was actually bleeding internally. You know, my lungs. Had I laid on the ground, they said I would have died because my lungs was filling up with blood. I would have smothered to death. So I'm glad I didn't wait for an ambulance. And yeah, next thing I know, they came rolling 50 in, and it was like the 4 of us that got shot. I mean, I didn't even remember seeing so many people outside. But it was about 4 of us that had got shot. But of course, 50 ended up dying. He flatlined. I watched him like open up his chest, massage his heart. So he ended up dying right there. And then like the other guys that got shot, they got shot in the ankle or something like that, in the butt. But right.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that because he died. Y'all was in the same room, and you was right there when 50 took his last breath, right?
Yeah. Mm.
That's crazy. Rest in peace, Fifth, man.
Yeah.
And in that same situation, I remember saying, you know, because your daughter was being watched by somebody, you know, a babysitter, and they told you that your daughter started crying, you know, like uncontrollably, you know,
Yeah.
sensing that something was wrong. That actually, you know, you got shot. So briefly,
Yeah, so my
explain that.
baby felt something. So, you know, she's even today, she got that thing about her. Like, she'll say, Mom, she'll be like, who in the house with you? I'll say nobody, but she said, nah, I got a vibe. Somebody in the house with you. I'll be lying because somebody was in the house with me. This just happened not too long ago. And she just got this strong energy. It's insane.
That's dope.
Like, yeah, she got this strong energy. Like, you know, me and her are real close. Like the other day, she said, Mom, was you talking to somebody last night? I'm like, why? She said, I don't know. I just felt. She said, I don't know if it was good or bad, but I just felt like you was thinking about something. I said, no, I was pretty good. You know, she just got this real strong energy, and it's so crazy because, like I said, I think she was like 2.5 when I got shot, and the person who was watching her, she loved her. So, you know, they had fun together. Like, it was one of my little sister friends watching her. So it wasn't really no need for her to be crying. But I said that baby must have felt something because they said she would not stop crying. Like, it was nothing they could do to make her stop crying. I said she must have felt something. Yeah.
Wow. Word. God bless the golden child. All right. Her name is the Golden Child, AKA, goddammit. All right. So now we spoke about Baby J, AKA Jermaine. Let's talk about the homie. Well, excuse me, I take that back. Let's talk about the guy Mase. Now him and Mase got into some bullshit. I want to know, what was the song everybody talking about? What's the line? What's the song that fucking Mase said? What did he say?
You know, I gotta find it, to be honest with you, because I haven't even looked it up. You know what I'm saying? But it was something about, yeah, I took your girl. I can't remember what record it was, or something about, like, I'll take your girl, or I took your girl. It was something crazy, you know what I'm saying, that he said. And it was like, listen, you know, but they had a little disagreement because I think, allegedly, Jermaine's baby mother and Mase had a relationship like prior to them, and they were still cool. But I guess after she had the baby, he came around, and I guess Maine felt disrespected. You know, I don't know if he was I think he was in a house with them or something, and Maine felt like, okay, that was disrespectful. You know, you don't come into another man's house, my baby there, you with my girl, like, that's my girl now, whatever. Allegedly, that's what happened. That's what the beef was over. So I guess he wanted to talk to him, probably wanted to fight him, who knows. You know, because he was feeling some type of way, and that's how it all started. But, you know, we never seen Mase after that. So that's when he went to the Gaucho, snatched the chain from Cardan, and was like, you know, I don't really want the chain. I just want Mase to come and get it so we could talk, like, you know, just have a conversation or a fight, I'm sure. And but that never happened.
Right.
So, you know, it's alleged that these two guys that was kind of, one was from my block and one used to, you know, come to my block a lot. One I was real cool with, Papa, and it's alleged that Mase went to them like, yo, I might need your help or whatever. You know, this dude, you know, acting crazy or whatever. So, you know, they kind of already didn't like Maine. So it's like that was even more fuel to the fire. Okay, you know, we got you.
Right.
You know, and then it was so crazy because, you know, it was shootouts back and forth. There was all kinds of craziness going on, and no Mase. Ain't heard a peep out of him. Next thing you know, he done left to go to Atlanta, and you left a whole lot of turmoil here. And then, like, you know, people don't really know, like, it was, if I understand, it's 6 people that got killed in that whole beef, and that beef lasted. Maine died in 2000. People still getting shot in 2001, 2002.
Right.
You know, so that's why I said that. I said, you know, he should have. I wish, you know, I really do wish I could have reached out to him to say, listen, let me come and holler at you. Because me and May, he's telling people he don't know who I am, but it's all good. Me and May, matter of fact, we go way back. I even go back to school with one of his sisters. My sister and his twin sister used to hang out. So everybody, we all know each other. But if you want to act like he don't know me, listen, I get it. You know, he still got a career out there, but it still ain't going to change the fact of what happened. It's still 6 people not here today. You know, but I wish I could have said, listen, calm Maine down a little bit, told Mase, like, listen, whatever he's feeling, apologize, because it wasn't even that serious. Like, all these people literally died for nothing.
Mm.
But, you know, when things get so, when you add that fuel to the fire, people not really seeing that it's really a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? When you're on the outside looking in, you could be like, this really ain't about nothing. Now, I wish I could have intervened and stopped a lot of it, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? By just, you know, talking to everybody, because I was cool with, you know, Pop. Me and Pop Lottie was, you know, I don't call him Pop Lottie, I call him Pop, but me and him was cool, even though him and Maine had their beef. You know what I'm saying? I had love for him and all that. You know, me and Mase, we go back, you know, but it just didn't happen that way.
Was Mase ran out of Harlem?
Yes, he was.
Is Mase a coward?
I mean, you know, like I said, listen, if you're not a shooter or a gangster, I understand running. Who the hell wants to get shot and killed over some bullshit? But if you're going to make a record and be kind of disrespectful, and then you're going into a man's house with his woman and his baby, and this man want to talk to you, then you might have to come out and say something. Even if it's like, yo, listen, I don't want no problem with you. I apologize. I ain't trying to get hurt because that's not me. I'm a rapper. You know, I might rap gangster, but that's not me. And it's okay.
Right.
I wouldn't call him being a sucker at all, because that's not your life.
Right.
You know, so, you know, people need to get, you know, because I understand that I'm from the street. I get it. You ain't a gangster, and you ain't trying to have a gangster kill you over something, you know, so minor, you know, so minute. So I understand that, but you can't do that, and then you want to go and make a record, and I'm going to find that record for you. And you can't do that and then expect nothing to happen.
Yeah.
Expect nobody to be mad, you know. So that's what it was. But he left because of that beef. And everybody knows that. I've heard Jim Jones say something about it before. Somebody else. It's the truth, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's some. I mean, he left some turmoil brewing, and
that's my problem.
And not even coming to address it. Not even doing like a little, you know, like one of those little Harlem days or something like that. You know, or to stop the violence type shit. Something, and you just left. You just left shit in turmoil and shambles, and then the like act like you wasn't ran out and try to act like everything is all fun and dandy, knowing you don't have to go to the hood to get any ramifications. So you can say what you want to say and get in your little, you know, your little fucking car and van and shit and go about your business. So, you know, I can understand what y'all was feeling, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, Pastor Mase, I don't know what you want to do. You're a rapper or you at the pulpit, nigga. All right, so here it is. So okay, let me ask these questions here, and then we gone, baby girl. Now, was the drug life and the hustle and the atmosphere at that time, was it fun for you?
That time, the streets was fun.
Right.
And within that, everybody was hustling and getting money. You know, it was just a fun time where, you know, you had the cars going up and down the avenue, music, especially summertime. You know, you seeing everybody, you know, getting money and happy. Although, you know, people were getting killed here and there. You know, things was happening. But it still was fun to be outside. Like, those were the times where it wasn't just drugs and getting money. You had the jams where you would go to block parties and, you know, everybody got their music out and, you know, in the parks or in the blocks. So, you know, that is what made it fun, and it was still community. It was still about families. You know, like, at that time, my sister was 12, and I'm chilling with my girls on 8th Avenue, and she like, T, I want to go uptown. Go ahead. I wasn't worried about her. We had beepers. We didn't have no cell phones, but I wasn't worried about her getting killed. You know, nothing like that. She could go uptown, downtown, east side, west side, and I didn't worry about her. Now, her son now is 23, and I'd be like, yo, where you going? Why? Because the times is different. You got a whole lot of recklessness going on. You got some of these kids, it's like they don't even know if they coming or going. It ain't even about, they hurting people, and it's not even about no money.
Right.
It's different. You know what I'm saying? Parents are not being parents. They're not parenting. They're out there partying and smoking with their kids. You know what I'm saying? There's no community. You can't even say nothing to nobody kids when you see them doing something wrong because the kids want to fight you and then the mamas want to fight you. It's like, but this dude out here acting up. You should want somebody to correct your child. It's different from when I was coming up because we still had all that, although we was doing what we was doing. Like Rich, AZ, and them, they still respected their elders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was respect in the street. Like even when Maine and them was coming up, they respected Rich Porter and dudes like that. They learned and they listened. They wanted to be like them, so they learned. They wasn't like, get the F out of here, you know, MF, and like, old head. No, they wasn't doing that. They was learning and listening. You know, was still respecting the street, so it's different. But yeah, you know, back then, you know, we definitely had fun, and it was definitely a difference with us coming up. Like, we were so much more mature than the kids these days that was our age. Like, they seem like they don't want nothing. They want to steal cell phones and sneakers.
Yeah.
Nobody really trying to get no money, you know, or even learn from somebody older than them. They think they know everything, and it's just crazy out here.
The shit that I don't like. I don't like when they be like old head. These old heads. Like, first of all, like, nigga, do you see these gray heads in my fucking bed? You got to live to get that, family. You got to live to be an old head. Even though I'm 38, I'm not old. I'm still young. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, we still young. God damn it. I know how old you are. Ain't nobody else's business. You still young. Shit.
Listen, I ain't ashamed. I'm doing pretty good for my age, so I ain't ashamed at all.
Look, whatever you eating, whatever you drinking, shit, keep doing it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I ain't even gonna say nothing. But yeah, absolutely. But so far as the OGs and the young ones, what? Okay, did the young kids don't listen to the OGs like we were just really saying? Now, is it because the OGs dropped the ball, or because the OGs is all right? They don't listen to the OGs no more, or is it because that they didn't leave any jewels behind? Like, how can we bridge the gap between the older generation and the young generation?
I think a lot has to do with parenting. If they're not even listening to their parents these days, because the parents are not instilling certain things in them and morals and ethics, why would they go listen to another adult? They don't even listen to their parents.
Right.
So I think that has a lot to do with it. Like back then, you know, we were taught, you respect your elders. If you say something crazy to somebody, I'm going to take you in front of that person and whoop your ass. Like, they don't have that today. They don't have that today. And another thing is, like, these men need to raise their sons.
Facts.
Like, all that's my baby mother and I don't deal with her. Like, that's bullshit to me. That's still your kid out here running amok.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with no money. Like, these fathers out here got to raise their sons. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of jail and just raise your sons, instill some morals in your sons. Because they running around here not respecting, they're not even respecting their mother, because they see the daddies disrespecting the mother, you know. So they like, F it. Like, nah, ain't nothing cool about that. Ain't nothing cool about that to me. I don't respect that at all. All these dudes out here, you see a lot of them out here getting money, fronting on the gram, and you got a son out here that's crying out for love and structure. Because I worked with youth and like independent living programs and stuff, and within working in that, I learned like these kids ain't bad. These kids are crying out for structure. Right. They want that. Some of them really do want it, or I don't care how bad they act. They want consistency.
Right.
That's the thing. So it's like, nah, I think it's the parenting. You know, it's just much different, and I think they would have respect for people that's older than them if it's instilled in them to do so.
Facts. Absolutely, motherfucking. I have two more questions. Now, you know what? I ask this now. What would you want to say to the girls who's looking for them dudes who's getting that fast money, who want to live that similar situation you experience? What would you want them to learn from your story?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. the situations that was going on back then ain't really going on now.
Right.
I mean, you got a couple of people that's out here doing a little 1 2 1 2, but to be honest with you, it's not really worth it.
1 2 1 2. Go ahead.
Yeah, and these are for dudes that's still out there. The risk is not worth the reward like it was back then. It's over. Plain and simple.
Facts.
It's over. I would tell young girls, listen. I mean, I went to nursing school in 1987. Dropped out. I guess I'm telling my age, but yeah, I dropped out because I'm thinking, okay, money coming and it ain't gonna stop. Wrong. I would have been a nurse probably almost 30 years in the game right now had I stayed in school. That's one thing I regret, but you know, it is what it is. See? But I would say, listen, don't depend on nobody, because even back then, you know, men were doing stuff for us. They was, you know, it was somewhat, you know, they had respect. They was taking care. Some of these dudes out here, and it's like, you got a lot of old dudes out here giving these young girls diseases. There's a lot of that HIV is for real out here in these streets.
Yeah.
A fat ass and a cute face don't mean nothing, because the medication they got now is, you don't know who got what.
Right.
AIDS and HIV today don't look like it looked in the 80s.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing, you know what I'm saying? These young girls it ain't worth the money. It ain't worth trying to get with a dude with some money and then he about to mess your whole life up, you know, with something else. You know, I would just say, listen, I tell these young girls, listen, go to school, learn a trade, you know, become an entrepreneur, you know, and it's easy to do. It's not a hard thing to do. You just got to put the time in and put the work in, you know. But, you know, trying to be with a dude that's hustling and getting it, it ain't really worth it. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but have your own, you know, identity over here that, okay, I'm going to do this while he over there doing that, and we cool and all that, and we getting a couple of dollars, but I'm going to make sure my future is secure.
Right.
You know, and you got to put the work in to do that.
Because you basically answered my other question, too, because what you wanted to be if you didn't choose the path you chose, what you would have done if you did not choose that way of life. Right. You would have been a nurse, right?
Yeah, I would have been a nurse, because I was in nursing school. I was in where I went first. I think I went to Bronx Community College first, and then I went to BMCC, or it was the other way around. But yeah, I was in school, you know, to be a nurse. You know, so I mean, listen, I was still thinking about it the other day, even though I'm doing what I do. But you know, ain't nothing wrong with still fulfilling your dreams. I don't care how old you are.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It might be something that I just want to do, and you know, just to have that under my belt, I did that. You know, because even when I got my bachelor's degree, while my daughter was getting hers, I'm like, well, shit, let me do mine. She motivated me to go back to school and get my bachelor's, so I did that. You know.
That's dope. And let me say, I'm proud of you too, because a lot of us don't do that, and I kind of I don't like it. We need to congratulate each other all the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Because that energy always come back. Shit.
You know, I say the same thing, and that's another thing. You know, we don't support each other. One thing about me, I've never been a hater. I ain't never hate on man or woman in my life.
Facts.
You know, but I understand that, you know, you got some people that never had, and it's okay. But I would say, don't get mad at somebody. Ask questions. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem asking somebody, yo, how you do that? Because I want to learn. Either they tell you or they don't. You know? But I'm not going to sit on the side and hate on somebody because of what they got. If I see a chick riding down the street in an Aston Martin, I'm going to be like, damn, I want to be like that. But I ain't going to hate on her. That ain't never been in my DNA. I don't even know how hate feels. It's crazy to me. I don't understand it.
Facts.
Never will. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, you know, like you said, we need to congratulate one another, you know, ask questions. That's the only way you're going to learn. Ask questions. I'll never be ashamed or embarrassed to ask somebody how you do that, because I want to do that too.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I want to get money too. There's nothing wrong with that. What's dumb is that you don't, and you sitting back with nothing and you hating. And they going to get nowhere on that.
That's right.
I don't get it.
Mano said something very crucial on the Breakfast Club. He said, it's that little element in the hood where somebody will look at your success and put all of their energy into destroying what you got going on instead of fixing their own fucking problem. So,
and that's what I say.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Absolutely.
Is just that point? Is just that part of envy and jealousy that a person may have, and you don't even know they have it. They could just come at you, despair in a moment, and blow your fucking face off just because. So it's just weird that people have that much energy to put into what you got going on instead of fixing their own fucking problems. But go ahead, love.
And it's scary.
Yeah.
Because like you said, that jealousy and envy can just fuel so much in somebody that's so hateful that they want to hurt you for it.
Yeah.
And like you said, and I say the same thing, all the energy that people, like I have people sometimes coming at me, I said, and I ask them, I said, damn, why you mad? Oh, sis, I ain't mad, you was a hoe, you was a this. No, I did what I wanted to do. Men do it.
Right.
You mad because I did it better than y'all? At the end of the day, I did it half the shit these niggas do.
That's right.
So, you know what I'm saying? But all that energy that they spend hating and being mad, like you said, they can use that energy to sit back and say, now, how can I get me some more money? How can I build a business? How can I create something? You know what I'm saying? So people can maybe hate on me. But no, I don't get it. It's crazy. But, you know, you got those that will never be motivated.
That's right.
You know, don't have no ambition. And that's one of the, it got to be a sad-ass life. You know, it do. Absolutely,
man. That if a person is hanging around 4 broke niggas, guess what? You're the 5th. So that energy, what keeps you in that damn circle, that energy is gonna pull you down. So I'm in a whole nother mind structure, and I'm not dealing with anything that's gonna bring my vibe the fuck down and what I'm trying to accomplish and what I got going on. I'm sorry, I love you, but get the fuck away from me. You and everybody.
And it's okay to separate yourself from those type of people. They might be mad, but if there's nothing that's conducive to what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go, then there's no point to it.
That's right. Now, I promise my last 2. If you can do it all over again, would you? You like, hell yeah, shit. You know, I'd have been in the Bahamas right about now and in Egypt.
Somebody asked me that on YouTube today, and I answered the question that I really don't have any regrets. And if it was ordained by God for all this to happen, because if somebody's learning from what I did, then I would say then I did what needed to be done.
Facts.
You know, and you know, I had a guy reach out to me from Brooklyn. He said, Ms.Tee, yo, I went and got a job after reading your book. You know, because, I mean, like, I have a chapter in my book called Street Image, and it's about dudes that still want to be out here, you know, try to be fly. I said any day, it's nothing wrong with getting a check, you know. You're not a sucker because you work a 9 to 5. You're not even a square, because somebody had wrote that to me on, I don't know if it was YouTube or Instagram. I answered it. He was like, yeah, I told my son I'd rather him be a square. I said, a working man ain't no square. I was like, don't ever tell your son that, because when you think of a square, you think of somebody nerdy or like ain't weird or somebody. I said, no, a working dude ain't no square. I said, don't ever tell your son that, because then, you know, nah. I said, ain't nothing wrong with him working. I mean, that's what we supposed to do. We work, or, you know, we become some, you know, entrepreneurs or whatever. Teach your son that. I said, but, you know, like I said in the book, man, it's nothing wrong with a dude going out here and getting a job. But I honestly think that a lot of the reasons why a lot of men don't do it is because of a lack of education. You know, I have a problem with men out here having babies and you can't read and write. I have a problem with that. You know, I put a video up on illiteracy on my YouTube page, because my thing is this: every library got a GED program. I think you're a sucker for not trying to, you know, elevate yourself and educate yourself. And you out here, you rather be in lounges and doing other things and fronting for other dudes and buying bottles that you can't even afford. Like, that's some sucker shit to me. You know, I have a problem with that personally. You know, I think, like, again, because education was instilled in me, you know. And, I mean, I don't know what chick, you know, you need to check out who you're having babies by. A son who can't teach your kids nothing, like, no. Why, just because he got a couple of dollars, that's his money. Men have had Men for centuries have had the luxury of walking out at any time they want to. We women have not had the luxury of just walking out on our kids.
Right.
You know, so, you know, as a woman, if you have a man that you know ain't too bright, it's like help him or y'all help each other. Because at some point, I mean, this kid gonna have homework. I mean, things are gonna happen. You gotta go talk to teachers. You gotta learn how to enhance your vocabulary when you having conversations with people, you know.
That's right.
I don't know, that's just my thing. You
Absolutely.
know, but yeah, you know, I think some of these men out here gotta get it together. Ain't nothing wrong with working, get a job because the streets is different. Everybody telling. It is what it is.
Final question. Loyalty and friendship. Define the two.
Loyalty. You know, my thing is just being loyalty. Now, one thing I can say about me, I'm loyal to the bone with men and women. We gotta throw respect in there too, because my husband used to be like, "You think everything's disrespectful?" No, I don't. But I respect. I'd rather have respect than money. I'd rather you respect me than anything. I don't care about nothing else when it comes to that. Like, because I think loyalty. You know, I'm a true friend. I'm genuine. If I got your back, I got you. 100 grand. I got dudes in the street today that tell me stuff they don't even tell a right hand man. So I know people respect the loyalty that I have. Right. That's me. I mean, it's some stuff I'll never tell. You know what I'm saying? And people entrust me with it. You know, and I appreciate that because they understand who I am and who they dealing with. But, you know, that's very, it's very important to have somebody around you that's loyal. You know, because you want to be able to, you know, I say all the time, you know, you can't keep everything to yourself. You want to have somebody that you can trust to tell something to, or that's going to, you know, have your back. And, you know, you want somebody with you that's loyal to. It means a lot. Loyalty and respect means so much to me. Like, I take that to heart. To heart. It ain't one person out here can say that I ever did anything trifling or been a snake. I don't do that to nobody. I don't care. It ain't a amount of money that'll have me do something trifling to my girlfriend, or, you know what I'm saying, to a dude. I don't do that. I don't live like that because I believe in karma, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too.
Like that. I don't get that. I've had some things happen to me, and I'm like, okay, you know, and I deal with people accordingly. You know, nobody can never say I set them up, nothing like that. I don't do shit like that.
That's what's up. Loyalty and friendship. Y'all have to basically know who's who that's in your circle. If somebody is always telling you about somebody else's business, 9 times out of 10, even though y'all may be cool as hell, you never know. They may be saying the same shit about you to the person who they told you about. So you just never know. So listen, is there anything else you would like to say before you give your contacts, everything, social media sites, YouTube, everything? What would be your last words, or just close out?
I mean, I just like to thank everybody for the support. My YouTube documentary is like almost at 600,000, and it's been not even been 2 months. So I'm so happy about that. I'm happy that everybody been buying a book, been reaching out to me. They love the book. They understand what I went through. You know, everybody not going to like what I did, and I get it. I already knew that. But, you know, when I wrote it, if I wasn't going to go half-ass. I'm going to give it to you all. You know, everybody ain't going to agree with my lifestyle and understand that, but at the end of the day, that's what happened. You know, I had to give it, you know, give it all. And I just appreciate everybody for just the support. And I do have another book coming out next month. It's called, I re-edited this book so many times because of the climate in the streets and what's going on, but it was called Snitches, but now it's called Snitching. But it'll be out in May, so look out for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to promote it too, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna do your your little promotion or whatever. If you want to come on here when it to promote it before or after or whatever. Okay. You definitely have a platform here and everything. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So I want everybody please to go check out her book. Check out, what's the name of your YouTube channel again, love?
Straight Talk with Ms.Tee.
Straight Talk with Ms.Tee. Everything is going to be in the description box, so make sure y'all check it. And definitely go to Amazon to check out Harlem Heroin, My Love Affair with Harlem Street Life, and the Men Who Ruled It. So, hey, I just want to say it's definitely a pleasure, and hopefully this won't be the last time. I want to thank you, Ms.Tee.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the platform.
Thank you, sweetie. And you stay good, beautiful. You stay up.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Peace.
Peace. All right.
Peace. Before you leave, make sure you hit that like button, that share button, and definitely subscribe. All right? This is All Viral Access Media, okay? And I'm out this motherfucker. Peace.